I don't know. I think vinegar smells bad. So
You do or do not think that vinegar smells bad?
I do. I think it smells bad.
Do you smell vinegar right now?
No.
Do you smell toast?
I feel like my sense of smell is normal.
Jeremy, can you
wait.
describe...
I'm sorry, Jesse. Is or is not normal?
Is normal.
Is normal. And let the record show that Denise is shaking her head wildly.
It's not
Jesse,
normal.
what was your question you wanted to ask?
Jeremy, describe what you smell in the room right now.
Yeah.
You can't just say nerds.
I actually can't smell anything.
You can't smell anything?
Yeah, I can't.
You're stuffed
really
up?
Smell. Yeah.
You came to our show stuffed up?
I'm sorry.
Smelling's your whole deal, man.
Everyone knows Jeremy's thing is smelling. Now you're worth nothing to us. You're not a human being to us now. You're just a non-smelling husband. You guys are married?
We are.
Yes.
And you have one child?
We have a 3.5-year-old and
You're
almost.
it would seem that you're expecting as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So describe a situation in which Jeremy's smelling and talking about smelling is disruptive to your life.
Mm-hmm. So he will open our fridge, which is very clean and stores clean, unmoldy food, and he will select some Tupperware, and he'll open it and bring it up to his nose and not say anything and just put it back down.
Does he know that he's being observed?
No.
So this is just
Honey,
something
that
you
was
do-
my special time.
This is just something you do for yourself.
I usually smell food to see if it has gone
Smells like
bad.
vinegar.
Yeah, it smells like vinegar.
You brought in some evidence, including a photograph of the refrigerator. Is that correct?
Yes.
Let's take a look at that, please. Exhibit A. Yeah.
You see, it's clean. You wouldn't expect that anything in there habitually on a daily basis smells bad.
I'd probably give that Tupperware in the bottom shelf a sniff. I mean, the refrigerator is clean, but I hadn't thought about it till now, Jeremy, but I was like, yeah, I'd probably give that one a sniff. Probably that other Tupperware on the left, on the second to bottom shelf, underneath that old ricotta cheese or whatever. I'd probably give that a sniff.
That one that you're describing, John, the most interesting thing to me about that is it's like a 84-ounce Tupperware containing like 2 ounces of quinoa.
Yeah. It looks like that tablespoon of orzo you have in that one Tupperware is probably ready to go. Now, I noticed that you store your walnut oil in the refrigerator, which is great. That prolongs the life and the freshness of oils. Where do you store your vinegar? Sprinkled all over the house?
We have a little section for oils and vinegars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you catch Jeremy sniffing the fridge, does it merely gross you out, or are you, to some degree, insulted?
I am insulted because he knows this food went in there 1 or 2 days ago. So I know it's not about checking for has it gone bad. It's because of this innate curiosity about smell. And he has confessed it prior to tonight. He's just intrigued and wants to know what's in there. And I'm like, it's the same thing that was in there yesterday when we ate it.
Wait, you'll double sniff a Tupperware to see if it's changed? Jeremy, answer the question.
Sometimes I like the smell of food, so I like to.
Jeremy, does this ever get you into trouble, as befits your reputation as the Curious George of sniffing things?
I mean, I feel like one of the things I like about food is how it smells.
What's it like going to the restaurant? You know, the restaurant?
Sure.
What's it like going to any restaurant with Jeremy?
Terrifying because he also will occasionally do it at restaurants. He'll do it at my mother's house, which I find highly insulting. And it's different if he picked it up and then commented on the smell, like, delicious. But it's just this silent sniff and puts it back down. And everyone's wondering, what's the verdict?
With respect, Denise, I feel like I'm getting two versions of the story from you. One in which the problem is that Jeremy is sniffing without talking, and one in which he is sniffing and talking too much.
So it's both. One is just wandering around the world about smells that I don't smell, and then the other is specifically as to food. So it is two very distinct problems.
Denise, what was the most unusual smell that he has ever remarked upon out in the world?
Let the record show Denise is breaking down into tears. That's not true. I thought for a minute it might be.
I don't know that there's anything unusual, and he often can't answer what it is, but he just expresses that there is a smell and it is strong, and what is it? And I can't play the game because I don't smell anything.
Do you mean that you smell smells that you don't know how to describe?
Sometimes.
Do you ever smell colors and words?
No.
Do you think that you have it says here that I should ask you about smelling gas in the apartment. Did that happen?
Oh, yeah, like maybe a month ago, I smelled gas.
Did you do anything about it? Maybe you were a little still foggy.
Well, he had smelt it and dealt it.
I almost didn't because I knew Denise would get mad at me. But I did ask her if she smelled gas out in our hallway of the apartment building and asked her to smell it. And I think the second time I smelled it, so did she. And somebody had left a pilot light up.
And okay. And so what ended up happening? Did you deal with it?
Yeah, she lit the pilot light and it was fine.
So
That's what you're supposed to do when you smell gas.
Just light a match as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Clear it all up.
Yeah.
So it seems like Jeremy saved your life.
But that was a real smell.
Did he or did he not save your life, madam?
He did. He saved all of our lives. But it was a real smell. And when he said, he really was hesitant to point it out because he thought I'd get mad. But once he did, I went out to the hallway and it did smell like gas.
Let me investigate. You said that was a real smell. Do you think he's faking his smelling?
No. So my concern, in light of the fact that his father and brother also admit to being super smellers, I've done some research. And while super smell is not in and of itself a problem, other than it drives spouses crazy, it can be indicative of underlying disease.
Now,
and
do you have evidence?
One of my
you have some
concerns.
evidence to point to that. So let's go to the next exhibit, please. Right.
That is not the disease.
That's not the super smelling. Who's this person?
This is the one of the innocent victims of all this talk. This
Let
is
the record
child.
show that this is a photo of their daughter.
This is
I
our
presume.
3.5-year-old daughter who will get on the subway, which admittedly can be a stinky place, but because she thinks we should talk about smells, she will stare at somebody and say, "Mommy, what's that terrible smell?" while she stares somebody down.
So this is causing social problems on the subway.
Social problems. She will do it in taxis. At Jeremy's birthday party, we had a small group around the table, and she declared, "Mommy, I can't sit here. Somebody smells bad."
Are you of the parenting opinion that children should be smelled and not heard?